First thing, what you want have to realize is what is your strength. Take 10 seconds and think in which area you can excel and what you're having biggest strength. Like example, coding, communication, etc. Just take 10 seconds to think what's your strength. Yeah, moving on. Coming to career opportunities, there are n number of opportunities right in front of you at present. One thing is just knowing them, which will help you. Coming to my story, I'm my strength is coding. I like coding because from childhood I'm very much passionate about playing computer games and other applications. So I thought one day have to become software professional and develop a video game for everyone. While studying BTech, my only aim is to join TCS and be a good developer so that I can achieve my dream. In BTech, my complete focus on TCS and finally I achieved joining TCS. That is the best moment in my life. Friends, that may be best moment. Think you may get it. You think like you want job in TCS or other companies, or you want to achieve in good college. It matters, but that is turning point in your life because 20 years of education comes to end, and you want to want to settle in a good job. Let's say career opportunities. Everyone in engineering just think that I want to enter TCS or Infosys or any big companies. But there are a number of opportunities right in front of you. Let's say software professionals. You can enter, if you like coding and other things, other computer things, you can enter software professionals. You think, no, coding is not my cup of tea. I can speak well, I can manage people better. So you can choose MBA. In MBA also, there are a lot many fields like HR, finance, etc. You may think, no, MBA also not my cup of tea. There you can do MTech, or you can even go government jobs. You can aim for being IAS, IPS, or other government jobs. And you may think, no, these are all my not my things. I want to start my own company and give opportunity to many people. You can start your business. And finally, nothing works to you. You think, I don't like my stream, but I want to completely change my stream. One of my friend, my BTech friend, who has studied with me IT, has taken petroleum in MTech. So he has changed completely his stream, and now he's a petroleum engineer in Dubai. So it's your turn. Like, think what is your greatest strength in choosing. Have any number of opportunities. Don't just blindly go to any other company because many people are going into it. Because it's just 30 years of life. It's not 1 or 2 to 4 years. You have to spend 30 years of life in a particular area, what you have choose. You can change later, but it will be difficult. In BTech, it's just right time to choose your career. And you may think, no, I took a CS and I stick to software professional. Well, moving on. In coming to software industry also, there are many opportunities we have. Not only one thing, not only big companies. There are n number of companies you can choose. Let's say service-based company like TCS or Infosys, Wipro. What is service-based company? Let's say JPMC or Bank of America or any other big company want to develop a software for their customers. They will reach out to these big companies to develop their softwares. So service-based companies, they help their clients. So that is what service-based companies are. And coming to product-based companies, they develop their own tools. Let's say Oracle, HP. They both have their own tools. They'll give these to other companies. And they are retail based. Let's say Flipkart, Snapdeal, Amazon. These all people need a software professionals like you. And one more thing you all don't know is banking sector. SBI. People think only PO or clerk. No. You think you are a best at database administrator. Every year SBI releases professional exam for the BTech people. You can write that exam and be a software techie at SBI and many other bank sectors. And you think, no, I don't like testing, I don't like develop, I don't want to be a developer. You can also choose network based like Cisco. They provide networks to different type of companies like internet, telephones. It's completely network based. And you think, no, I want to move to app based companies. There are many app based companies, mainly their focus is developing apps. You want to design an app, you can move to app based companies. And you think, no, I want to go to government jobs, but be in software. You can also choose like, you know, ISRO and DRDO. This and many other companies are offering posts for our software techies. Every year they release notification, but many people don't know that they're having some software jobs at these companies too. And finally, you think, I don't want to work anywhere. I want to work myself. Then there are freelancing sites like Upwork.com and many other sites. Just you can sit at your home and start coding and start earning in your BTech itself. So there are n number of ways which you think. And moving on, coming to jobs, what jobs you can do. There are n number of things. Software developer, artificial intelligence engineer, data scientist, people who are interested in data science, kind of data scientist. You think, no, I'm good at database. You can choose database administrator. And you think you can also choose hardware engineer. I want to be at hardware. You think, no, no, I like completely web designing. I can design web designs. You can be a web developer. And full stack Python Java developer. You know, right? What is full stack developer? From web UI until backend, complete code he must design. There are n number of ways which you can think. Just think. You may think I'm good at coding. They can be Java developer. You think no, I'm not good at any writing coding. You can be a database administrator. You can deal with the data. So think where you're capable and what is your strength. You can choose any of these roles you want to step in. Got it right? Moving on. I think recently I got a call from a friend. His cousin don't know that like TCS had a campus placement few months back. I realized like many of the college students don't know when the companies having the exams when they're recruiting the BTech students. If you're aiming for any companies, you always can search, you get information. One thing is from your college faculty, definitely. Other than your college faculty is not providing. You can directly go into the company website. Let's say TCS. Directly log into TCS website and get the can see the notification when they're having the national exam. And you also find in LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, every company posts their jobs when they want to recruit students. And Naukri also. There are n number of jobs you can post. You think I don't know anything. You can simply type in Google when TCS or Infosys releasing its job notification. You can directly get the notifications. One thing I want to say is in BTech, keep aim what you want to achieve it. Try to do some research before going to company. In interview also they will ask, what do you know about our company? So I recommend before going in BTech, we have ample number of time. Just research what it may be a job or it may be MBA or it may be MTech. Just research what are good colleges. In the good college, what are the good branches? How can I? What are the different exams? Let's say you want to go to MBA. There are 15 or 16 types of entrance exam which they are offering. Just research all the exams so that you can available to the vast number of opportunities. Moving on, let's say example. I want to tell about TCS. 7 years back, when they interviewed us, they just came to campus and just have just simple aptitude reasoning questions and next level interview and HR, and they gave job. But over the period, competition has increased and companies also redefining their exams. So last year, TCS hosted exam All India Ninja National Qualifier Test, where all the students can register. Then they will one day for it's internet-based exam. Let's say in this national qualifier test, there are different sessions: English, aptitude, and programming logic, and coding. Coding is compulsory in all the exams. So previously we used to have only aptitude reasoning, but nowadays they also include programming logic and coding. So if you want to qualify, right, you need to, in each session, you need to qualify. Not only one session, you may get aptitude full marks, but if you're not able to execute program, will not be qualified. So each session is important. Every topic, English, aptitude, and programming logic and coding. Every session is cut off, and member who has qualified in this session get for technical interview. This is one step for TCS National Qualifier Test. And you think I'm good at coding. I want to go for higher packages. TCS also have like Code Vita. What is Code Vita? In Code Vita, they'll give six programs and 6 hours of time. You need to write program in any of the language: C, C++, Java, Python. Only one thing is you need to execute the program. So in 6 hours time, you have to execute the program. If you can execute 3 to 4 programs, then you're eligible for a technical interview, which offers like digital platforms, and they'll offer a package of 7 lakhs rupees. Imagine normal national qualifier test who qualifies have just 3.2 lakhs package, but who can crack coding in Code Vita and execute 3 to 4 programs can get 7 lakhs package. Imagine guys, how much think coding knowledge is important. And if you qualify in this Code Vita, we have opportunity to go to digital platforms like artificial intelligence, data science. This helps you to design your future. This is second step where teachers are offering the students. Coming to recently launched third step, earlier 2021 graduate, TCS has recently launched last month TCS Launchpad, where this coming 1 year, TCS will train all the students with different types of courses. They will have a Q&A session with the very senior people, and they'll offer a course so that they want to prepare all the students throughout 1 year, and finally they can recruit to TCS. This is one of the golden opportunity for the students who are graduating in 2021. With all information you can just get through from this link, campuscompany.tcs.com. Try checking every week. So teachers will always post updates in this link. Not only TCS, every company has their own exam pattern. But one thing is common is coding knowledge. That is the base for all the companies. For every company, there is a link. Let's say Apple recently started in Hyderabad, right? You want to secure job in Apple. Just just go to the URL and check when Apple is launching its jobs. Like similarly, have Amazon and Oracle. Every company has their own website. You can directly log into the website and check the details when they're conducting webinars, when they're conducting exams, etc. So these all things comes under only through research. Do research. Nowadays you have internet at your fingertips. Just research go through all the company website, have clear knowledge of the company, what are they saying, what different streams it is providing, offering data science, machine learning, etc. Choose your path and apply for jobs. It's simple as I said. First level is done. Fun thing, you have gone through the written test. Second most important thing is technical round. Technical round. Coming to technical round, the most important 3-4 aspects I want to discuss here. Have interviewed almost 50 to 60 students over the last couple of years. Like first thing is tell me about yourself. Can anyone can anyone tell about their self? Just you can try. We can do like interactive section. Like, can anyone tell about themselves? You can raise the hand.
Yes, anyone who wants to tell about themselves can raise the hand. If you raise the hand, I'll unmute them. Anyone? Any student, maybe any student who wants to tell about himself can raise the hand.
Come on, guys.
Maybe no one is there, Gagan. You can continue.
Yeah. Guys, first, yeah. One person is raised.
We have Soumya Gali.
1 minute. Soumya, you can unmute yourself. Yes, you can speak.
I am Soumya.
Yeah, hi Soumi. Yeah. Tell me about yourself.
I am studying my BTech in Universal College of Engineering and Technology. Now I am studying second year CSC. I am from Guntur.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Soumya. Guys, one thing you have to realize. No interviewer is ready to listen all the and tell me about yourself completely. The main they are expecting what you have done something different than others. You have studied BTech. Everything will be in your resume. What you want to tell the interview about yourself. What you have done extra. What you have done outstanding compared to other students. That is information every interviewer in looking into you. Prepare yourself such a way that it's project yourself. Let's say example. Recently I've completed a project in Python. Have certified from the Java. I'm a college all-rounder, and recently I was one of the biggest event from a college. And recently I've got a second place in hackathon. These are the things interviewers are expecting when they ask about tell me of yourself. What extra you have done from other students. Let's be crisp and prepare yourself what you have done in this all couple of 4 years, because you can tell about yourself differently and creatively. That's what tell me about yourself. Other thing is other next most important aspect is like about your project, which you have done in BTech fourth year. Yeah, can anyone tell about their project? Just brief what they have done about their project. Kiran sir, if they if they invite, you can unmute and.
Yes, yes. Reshma, you can speak.
Hello, sir. I'm Reshma.
Hi, Rashmi.
Sir, I'm from Bangalore, Karnataka, and I'm pursuing MCA final year in Sir M. Visvesvaraya Institute of Technology, which is in Bangalore itself. So right now I'm doing a project on facial emotion analysis using CNN network, which is using the tools of Anaconda command prompt, and front end will be as of Python. And till now I have done 4 projects. In BC I have done one mini project and a major project. In BC I have done online pet management using advanced Java and HTML. And online attendance management system using Visual Basic and Microsoft Access. In MCA fourth sem, I have done online red bank management system using PHP, Apache Tomcat, and MySQL. And in fifth sem of MCA, I have done Android voting system using Android Studio. Sir. This is my project. And right now I'm working on the facial emotion analysis.
Okay, thank you. Guys, one thing they're interested in, like how you have developed, like say attendance management, they will ask immediately how it is useful, and many other has done what extra you have done. Let's say she has told about facial by using Python. They will ask, explain how we have developed and what is the complex program have written developing your project, and where exactly your project will be helpful. What do you think and how people will be benefited by using your project? These are the things they're expecting. One thing I can say is many people just do the project for the semester exam or marks. But I recommend to take one good project what you like and give your best. Try your project in multiple languages and try write using complex. Take complex project and try developing in latest languages, Python. Think creatively. Just don't take like when what others are taking. Take something creatively and develop by your own things. This is what interviewer asked. She has told about Python. Libraries. Next question is, what are different types of libraries Python has, and how Python is different from Java? So let's questions continue from the libraries and how exactly it useful. And can you write about one complex program in Python? So these are the questions interviews ask from the project. So I recommend take one small project, but try to give it 100% and try to complete it. It may be small, do it for 1 year, but do perfectly, because this is the major point they will focus on. Coming to coding part. Next, what is the most important thing is coding. If you have written the code in the written exam, same thing they can access and check. They can ask, we have written programming Java. Can you write same programming in C, C++, and Python? Here, days are gone. They're expecting from you like in single language. They're expecting from you like in multiple languages. If you are writing programming Java, they'll ask you to write in same programming C, C++, Python. And here remember one more thing. Don't just practice like Fibonacci series, other things which are basic things which are having in textbooks. They completely vanished. They're expecting they'll give some complex program where you need to deal with multiple languages. Let me give one example. Here is the question for you, for everyone. Think for 15 seconds. Like this is the problem solving question interview may give. Like take input from Excel. We have like data in Excel. Load all the even columns into database and generate graph that how many records are loaded, and write this program in Python, Java, and C. This is the question. Here, if you observe, to solve this program, you need to excel at Unix because it deals with server. So you need to know Unix well. Second thing is database, where you must have good knowledge on database. And third thing is you should have the good knowledge in Python and Java and C. And fifth one, what is in Python we have a libraries to generate graph. So you also should have the different knowledge, different libraries. He has given one question and is testing 5 different subjects at the same time. So have to excel at all the subjects and different programming languages. This is what help you going further. In this pandemic, we are seeing world around. Many people are losing their jobs. If you want to compete with them, only one thing is strong coding skills. And one more thing I can suggest is just don't write blindly. Recent last thing, he was able to solve the program, but he could not answer why that hash include will come, and he has forgot basic thing. Every word you write in program matters. Just think logically. What each step does. What happens back end. When you're writing, right, think in multiple directions. How differently you can write, how differently you can write the program, how different logics you can write in multiple languages. Just think what happens in backend. If you can think in multiple languages, right, multiple ways you can answer. And coming to fourth thing is attitude. Attitude matters. Let me give one example. 2 years back, when we interviewed one of the person, he is good at coding. We asked the question: if you place you in testing, will you do? He said, no, I will do only coding. That is not what they're not expecting. They're expecting you can do in all these ways. Let's say developer, testing, DB. They want you to train everywhere. Let me give my example. I have good coding knowledge, but initially 2 years in TCS, I worked in testing. Later, I proved, and I moved to a data side. I'm a big data developer. So it depends. And you need to ready to adapt to different types, and you need to learn quickly what they're expecting. Just don't focus on single language or single thing. Just be ready to learn new things quickly. And one more thing, don't try to expect all the things from your faculty. They just can guide you, but it's your thing. Like, it's important for you to search in Google. These are the these are sites where you can go and practice different type of program you need. They help you to develop their programming skills. And few people in their BTech, they are already doing complete programming and complete project, and they are doing certificates. So what I recommend is, you have internet, just log in and practice well. These all sites will help you to practice. Yeah. Before going further, I'll invite my colleague Santosh. He has now handling team of 35 people in TCS, and he was the best performer in his project. Yeah, now let's welcome Santosh to tell his views.
Hey, thank you so much, Gagan. So actually, I too have a lot of information from your words here. So thanks for that. And so, guys, uh, to cover what Gagan has already mentioned, I don't think it will matter a lot. But the fact is, I just want to reiterate on one very important thing, which many people actually doesn't focus when they come up for any kind of interviews. Right? So before we jump on, actually, uh, I just want to wish to know how many of us definitely don't know what Instagram app is, so Zoom app is, or Amazon Prime, right? So I don't think we'll have any people who doesn't know this kind of apps, right? So for that matter, until few months back, we were asked not to use mobile phones for inside colleges. So now we are using them for our academic purposes. So the current pandemic situation changed everything, right? So you're using your mobile phones, be it for attending classes, or be it for collaborating with your friends or something like that, right? So I feel, my personal opinion is that be it by force or with interest, I feel we cannot isolate ourselves without using technology, right? So I think you're all aware that our Honorable PM Modi has called out for digital India, right? So he urged us to do more of online transactions, and of course for obvious reasons, right? Everything is getting digitalized, guys. So we are modifying, and the technology is getting evolving exponentially. But the question here is, are we evolving at the same pace? Right? So as Darwin said, the survival of the fittest. Yes, only the fittest will survive. That is obvious, right? So if you're not competent enough, obviously we will thrown out of competition, right? So be it anywhere, with a huge volume of resources available around. So be it Google or study apps or learning portals, right? The question now is not how to do things, because you have a number of portals out there which can give you solutions or which can give you ideas for that matter, how to solve anything, right? So, but the important question here is what to do, what to solve, and the next question is by when, what is my deadline, right? So, what to do? So, we are all engineers. The primary task of any engineer, so be it a software engineer or be it any electrical communication engineer, for that matter, is to make others' lives easy on a high level, right? So, be it by creating a hardware or be it creating a software app or a portal or a website, uh, your solution could be in any way, but the ultimate target is to ease some other's life, right? So that being said, to create anything bigger and anything which makes a huge impact to our daily lives, the important thing is to focus on fundamentals. So our platform should be strong enough. We should build a very strong platform such that even if you fall off, it should be resilient and strong enough to push you back to the same stage or even further, right? So for that, so all your fundamentals should be strong. You have to learn things from the scratch. So I have a question here. So why aren't we introduced Java or Python in the very first year of the first semester when you have joined the B.Tech, right? So why they have introduced C first? Then they have started teaching you OOPS concepts. So be it in C++ or Java or Python or any kind of language for that matter, right? So they want to introduce what a coding language is and what exactly the language does and what are the advantages of using your coding language, right? Software language. So they started with C, which falls under the fundamental criteria, right? So then they have moved to advanced concepts using OOPS. So, and to take a fancy word, I hear a lot of people urging this machine learning or artificial intelligence these days, right? So there's an algorithm, I guess you all might have known this. There's an algorithm in machine learning, the linear regression, right? So what is the basic fundamental formula for linear regression? So we hear about people analyzing stock market, they take data and they do all this stuff, right? So what is the basic formula for linear regression? Y is equal to mx plus c, right? So what you're doing there, see y equals to mx plus c, on the ground level, if you think, that is a basic algebra which we have learned in our 10th and 12th standards, right? So matrix multiplication, you have a set of data, right? Different sets of data, and you take a slope of m, and you consider all the sets of data as x, and you find an intercept y, and you find an unknown variable called y, right? Independent and dependent variable. Right. So for all this matter, if you think, the fundamentals route to your algebra and statistics. So we say that we did that project, we did this project, we have analyzed stock market, and I have been able to predict something, right? So when we ask people what is the difference between tuple and the list in Python, people come up with fancy projects. I agree, they might have worked very hard and all this, right? So when we ask what is the difference between a tuple and then list in Python, so many will be mute themselves, right? So the basic reason is we are much more interested focusing on high-end technologies learning different things. Yes, that is important. On the same scale, you have to be focused on learning your fundamentals, right? So all that being said, we have a number of resources available. See, more the resources available, more is the confusion. So what to take, where to learn. So I have Google, I have YouTube, I have learning apps, Edureka or Udemy or any kind of learning apps for that matter. I have NPTEL, right? As in where IIT professors or NIT professors or IISc professors will directly come and teach us, right? So you have a number of resources, but what to use and where to go for the right content. So that is what the question is all about, right? So for that, you take help of your faculty members, friends who can suggest you based on your strengths and weaknesses. So everyone will have their own strength and weakness, right? So based on that, you have to classify the content which you are referring and learning from. It doesn't matter that your friend is referring to one website or one portal, so I should also refer to that. No. So you might have a different stats or different stints actually, right? So you have to learn and understand your strengths and weaknesses. So follow up with your faculty members. So understand, interact with them more, right? So as Gagan mentioned, try to solve same issue in multiple ways, right? So he quoted an example of writing an data code in Python or C++ using a database, right? So how we will write and explore that in C, how we will write and explore that in CPP or Python. So that is what matters. When you think on the same problem in multiple ways, so obviously you will understand more and you will get into you will definitely hit some rough rocks, right? So from that you will learn. So that will always matter. So fundamentals which we are going to learn in graduation are going to make a platform which we are going to do once we get into jobs. We are just utilizing the knowledge which we are learning in your graduation, right? So the continuous learning and continuous adaptation and trying to face the uncertainty should be your routine. So it's not like I am comfortable with this, so I will go with this. No. So until 1 month or 2 months back, we don't know that COVID situation will come up and poses all these tough situations, right? So now we are coping up, right? So even likely, so we have to face multiple problems. For that the matter, I just want to reiterate what Gagan said. So try to solve the same kind of issues in multiple languages, so that or multiple ways, so that you will explore more and learn more, right? So more than your learning portals, you have your eminent professors sitting and standing before you, speaking to you. You have your seniors, you have your alumni connects, right? So make use of every opportunity that your esteemed college is providing, guys. So that is utmost important, right? And before I call off, right? So there will be a lot of speculations out there, like, oh, this COVID pandemic came in and we are not sure how many recruits will be there for next year, and will there be a drop in the count, or will there be a hike in the count? I don't think we don't have to follow. We have to follow all these uncertain speculations. So do not carry yourself with these false speculations. Just try to focus on your strengths. Try to overcome your weaknesses. Try to shape yourself. Make yourself comfortable with your fundamentals. Learn things, and then try to explore more, right? So focus on yourself, and of course have some memories with you. So obviously we all cherish all these our graduation or whatever the memories we have, so for our lifetime, right? So with this, I would like to thank the organizers and even Gagan for inviting us, and thank you all for patiently listening to us. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Santosh. Yeah, it's time for question answers. If you have any questions for ask us. We have like me, Santosh, Srinivas,